Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Cricket on Forever Sports, and today international cricket returns to South Africa. England versus South Africa today, the first T20 international. I'm so excited for cricket to return. It's going to be a fantastic series, some top players on display, and today we're going to be looking at 5 players to watch. And look, a couple of them are pretty obvious, and there's pretty much the main players, the big sort of the big players for each team that the match winners, and especially in T20 cricket, it is all down to match winners. A single individual can win you a match. One fantastic knock can take it away from another team. The shorter the format, the more it can be about individual performances. Yes, you can have big team collectives, but a format like T20, if one person comes off, that can change the entire outcome of a match. Which is a bit different to the likes of like a test match where one person's batting well and everybody else is coming behind them. They can only do so much. Whereas in T20 cricket, they really can carry a lot of the team. So we're going to look at some of the players to watch. Before we do, please do subscribe to the channel. Bottom right-hand corner there. Going to be covering the entire series, reactions, previews, all of that right here on Forever Sports. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash a like as well. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think is going to happen in this. The first player to watch is KG Rabada, the leading wicket taker in the IPL, back to his best. And I think that, for lockdown did a lot of things for a lot of people. For me, I think KG just got the rest he's finally deserved, and he's been well overdue. This is somebody who I think at one stage had bowled more balls in cricket than anybody else over like a sort of 18-month period. He had just played so much cricket, and he finally got a break. Not necessarily that was planned, but he came back and he looked back at his best for the IPL. He was taking wickets, he was playing well, and I think he is going to be the main man for South Africa in this T20 series. England batting order is very strong, and as a result, this man right here is going to have to step up and be at his best if he's going to have to try and sort of help quell the England lineup. And I hope he does, because it's not necessarily fallen away, but I think people forget how good he can be on his day. We've kind of sort of grown so accustomed. The problem is he's having to do it all, whereas now he's starting to form a really good partnership with Untitled Chapter, which we saw in the IPL, and hopefully they can bring that across to this T20 series, bring in the likes of Lungi and Gidi as well, and really start building on a fast bowling trio really that can be the same for the next 5, 6, 7 years. Nokia is the oldest of the one, and even he's only sort of 27, 28 years old. So he's got there's plenty of time to really harness this fast bowling attack and make it the likes. We saw sort of what Morkel, Steyn, and Philander did in the test arena. You've got to bowl in partnerships and create situations where you bowl with each other, and hopefully we can get that going. Another player to watch back on South Africa's soil is Jason Roy. He always loves playing against South Africa. He always tries to prove a point, always tries to really step up his game, and he can be so devastating that within 5, 6 overs you can be chasing a game already, even if they are playing in the first innings, because he's someone that really likes to attack the bowlers from ball one. He loves pace on the ball. He's going to have plenty of that between Rabada, Nokia, and Ngidi. So yeah, it's a flat deck, which could very well be likely. We can see a lot of runs, and if he gets going, he can be a very devastating player. Loves playing in the arc. Plays it very straight. Hits the ball very cleanly, and is often a big part of getting England into a position where the likes of Owen Morgan coming in a bit later, stuff like that, can really take the game away from you. But at the top of the order, he can be quite devastating. Speaking of the top of order, the captain of South Africa, Quinton de Kock, will always inevitably play a major role in the tournament. Batted very well in the IPL. Started off a bit slowly, but finally found some form. And we're talking about one of the best batsmen in the world. Hand-eye coordination is unreal. He will also have a lot of pace coming onto the bat. So if he comes off, South Africa can really score a lot of runs. He's gonna have to try and you're gonna have the likes of Faf BBC supporting him. But he needs to really shine at the top of the order. Because Rabada and Nokia and Ngidi are going to be talking about getting the wickets and trying to keep the runs down. He needs to go and put the runs on, or try and get off South Africa to a good start when trying to chase. And I think the important thing is as captain, he has to take a little bit more responsibility for his wicket, which not necessarily, you don't want to try and change the way he plays, because he's somebody that he plays very freely. And he's a very attacking batsman, and he doesn't like to sort of sit around and milk it around, but he does need to take responsibility and understand that as the captain, he has to lead from the front and make sure that he is playing a major part in run chases or in any sort of game, really. Next up, Butler, one of the most devastating batsmen in limited overs cricket. He is a player that can win a match on his own. He's played some terrific knocks. He's got fastest hundreds in England's history in ODI cricket. He is such a devastating batsman when he gets it, and he's a bit like De Villiers in that he hits it everywhere. So much power. You can just see the way he's built. He can put absolutely any bowler in the world into the stands if he wants to, and if he's not having a good day. It'll be paramount that South Africa prevent him from scoring a lot of runs, because if he gets in, he's scoring runs throughout the series, England will probably win it. He's the best batsman when it comes to England in terms of limited overs cricket. You can't. Seeing Josh Butler batting at his best is a horrible as a bowler, because it doesn't matter where you put it. I mean, we saw Nokia, even when he was bowling the fastest ball in IPL history, Josh Butler taking him on and said, right, I don't care how fast you're going to bowl me, I'm going to put you into the stands, and he did, before getting bowled by a 155 kilometer an hour ball. But he is so important to England, and it's so important that South Africa make sure that they deal with him. Last but not least is Tabari Shamsi, and the reason that he's a player to watch is because South Africa need to fill the Imran Tahir gap, and Shamsi is the obvious option, but he's been a bit of a maverick where he can play very, very well, and at times he can play fairly poorly. It's not very often he has a kind of that average game where he just was all right. He's either very, very good or he can be pretty poor, which is not a bad thing, because often he can be very good, and when he is very good, he can win you a game. So and spinners become so important in limited overs cricket that he's going to have a vital role in trying to pick up wickets, trying to create a breakthrough, trying to offer something a bit different. As a left-arm Chinaman, he is something a bit different. And Quinton de Kock's going to have to use him very, very intelligently, but he can be a major trump card really in Quinton de Kock's pocket if he can really come off. So those are the 5 players that I've earmarked to watch. Let me know what you think down below. What are other players that you would like to keep an eye on? Who else do you think is going to be very, very important? So much talent that's going to be on display. I'm buzzing to see what the series brings. Reaction tonight coming after the game, so make sure you keep it locked on Forever Sports. Subscribe, like, smash like there, jump in the comments, turn on your notifications so you don't miss a moment, and I will chat to you very, very soon.